Just a few miles from Whitefish Point, you'll find another UP treasure, the Tahquamenon Falls. Noted in poem and song, you too may be inspired by the thunderous upper falls and adventurous lower falls of the Tahquamenon River. Teresa Neal, the park naturalist, shares the story of the falls with Tom.
Tahquamenon Falls is the second largest state park in Michigan, right behind the Porcupine Mountains. We have about 48,000 acres here at our park, of which 20,000 or so is considered a natural area, which means that there's no motorized vehicles allowed in that section of the park. A lot of people come to the park to see the Upper Falls, which is the largest waterfall in Michigan at 50 feet tall and 200 feet wide. Usually there's a maximum flow rate in the spring of around 45,000 gallons per second that go over the Upper Falls.
That's a lot of water.
Year-round, it's a really interesting place to visit. At the Upper Falls, it is considered to be a climax or an old-growth forest, and what that means is during the logging days of the 1880s, it was not harvested. So the lumberjacks of the 1880s to about 1900 in the eastern Upper Peninsula did not harvest the Upper Falls area. However, we did get an invasive species on our beech trees about 10 years ago, and so we did have to cut some of the big old-growth trees in the Upper Falls, unfortunately. Just the American beech tree, we have beech bark disease at the Upper Falls. The Lower Falls, which is where we're at right now, is open during the non-snowy months. This is where the campground is, and the amenities such as the rowboat rental and hiking trails are pretty popular here as well.
Now, can people bring boats in and get them into the river and things?
They do. There are a couple of ways that you can actually access the river on your boat. One is here at the Lower Falls, and the other spot is at the river mouth. The Tahquamenon River is very popular for fishing, recreational boating, and kayaking and paddling.
Well, we do a lot of hiking, and I know you've got some great hiking trails here. We mentioned that already. But how long are they, and what will we see along the way?
Sure. Some of our most popular hiking trails are along the North Country Trail. And the North Country National Scenic Trail is a 4,600-mile trail, but actually about 35 miles of it go through the park. So we get quite a few through hikers as well as day hikers that hike between, say, the Upper and Lower Falls is the most popular trail in the park. It's called the River Trail. It's 5 miles. It's pretty rugged, but it's definitely the most beautiful. Follows the river up and down. Oftentimes folks might see otter or signs of beaver for sure. The occasional deer will come through there. People have seen black bear here at the top of the Lower Falls, so there are viewing opportunities if you're in the right place at the right time. Part of my job here at Tahquamenon is to do free educational programs for the public. So we do all sorts of things from bear den hikes to snowshoe excursions. In the winter we do a lantern-lit ski trail. And we offer programs 7 days a week from Memorial Day to Labor Day for our campers and our day use visitors, and then usually on the weekends in the off season. So it enhances folks' experiences by coming to the park and taking part in a nature program.
Tahquamenon Falls, the place where the sound of rushing water releases your inner stresses. With more than 40,000 acres to explore, you'll want to come back often.